Let me tell you something that sounds like a contradiction. Peace is not the absence of chaos. If you need everything to be calm to feel calm, you're not peaceful. You're just sedated. Real peace. The kind special forces operators carry into combat is the presence of stillness within chaos, the world exploding around you. Bullets cracking past your head, your best friend bleeding out, the mission going sideways, and you're calm, not because you're numb. Not because you don't feel fear. Because you've trained your nervous system to stay still while the world burns. Here's what most people never understand. Chaos is not the enemy. Your reaction to chaos is the enemy. The average person experiences stress and falls apart. Heart rate spikes. Breathing becomes shallow. Thinking narrows. Panic sets in. The operator experiences the same stress and stays operational, not because he's special. Because he's trained today. I'm going to show you the actual techniques special forces operators use to remain calm while everything around them collapses. Not theory, not motivation, physiological conditioning. You can learn this. You can train this. You can become the calm in the storm. Let's go. In special forces selection across every elite unit on the planet. They test something that most people never even think about. Your physiological response to chaos. Not your strength, not your speed, not your intelligence. Your ability to stay calm when everything is falling apart. Here's how they tested and Booty. They put you in freezing water, set off explosions, scream contradictory orders, and deprive you of sleep. And then they watch. Most candidates fall apart. Their heart rate spikes to 180. Their breathing becomes frantic. Their fine motor skills disappear. Their thinking becomes tunneled. They're not in control anymore. Their biology is controlling them. A small percentage stay calm. Their heart rate stays in the 120s. Their breathing stays controlled. Their thinking stays clear. Those are the ones who make it. Why? Because they've learned something that most people never do. Calm is not something you feel. Calm is something you create. The operator doesn't wait for the chaos to stop. He creates stillness inside it. Here's the secret the military knows. Your nervous system is trainable. Exactly like a muscle. You can train it to stay calm under pressure. You can condition it to return to baseline faster. You can forge it to operate while the world burns. But most people never train their nervous system. They train everything else and leave their most important. System untrained? That's like building a race car with no suspension. Fast, until the first bump, then you crash. Let me break down the actual physiology. When you perceive a threat, your amygdala activates. It sends a signal to your hypothalamus. Your hypothalamus activates your sympathetic nervous system. Fight or flight. Adrenaline dumps. Cortisol floods. Heart rate spikes. Blood moves to your large muscles. Your prefrontal cortex, the thinking part of your brain, goes offline. You don't think, you react. This response evolved over millions of years to help you run from tigers. It's terrible for modern tactical pressure because modern pressure doesn't require you to run. It requires you to think, to plan, to execute complex tasks while everything is exploding. The panic response is actively working against you. Here's the key insight. You cannot think your way out of the panic response. You have to condition your way out through systematic exposure, through controlled stress, through repetitive training that rewires your nervous system. The operator's nervous system has learned that chaos is not a threat, not because chaos isn't dangerous, because the operator has been there before, hundreds of times, in training, in simulations, in real missions. His brain has stopped seeing the stressor as a threat. It's just another condition, just another environment, just another set of inputs to process. That's not bravery, that's habituation, and habituation is available to anyone willing to do the work. You've seen this calm before. In every elite performer who never choked when it mattered most. Kobe Bryant at the free throw line, 20,000 people screaming. The game on the line, his entire legacy on the line. What did he look like? Calm, still, almost bored, because he had been there before, thousands of times, in practice, in his imagination, in the thousands of game-winning shots no one ever saw. His nervous system didn't register the moment as a threat. It was just another repetition. Michael Jordan in the 1998 NBA Finals. Game 6. The last shot of his Chicago career. The entire world watching. What did he look like? Slow, controlled, absolutely still inside the chaos, because he had been there before. He had visualized that moment thousands of times. His nervous system was prepared. David Goggins after 100 miles of running. Body destroyed. Feet bleeding. Hallucinating. What does he look like? Peaceful, almost serene, because he has learned that chaos is home. Suffering is normal. The body screams are not emergencies. Mike Tyson walked into the ring, the most dangerous man on the planet. The crowd roaring, his opponent terrified. What did he look like? Calm, cold, focused, because he had done the work. In a cell, in the dark, in the thousands of hours no one saw, his nervous system was forged in isolation. And it showed. Every champion has learned to find stillness inside chaos. Not because they're not scared. Because they've trained their nervous system to stay operational when fear arrives, and you can too. Here's what's happening to you. You have been trained to avoid chaos. By your parents, by your teachers, by your boss, by society. Stay calm, don't make waves. Keep your head down, wait for things to settle down. All of that is fine for peacetime. It's a death sentence for a man, because chaos is not avoidable. It's inevitable, the unexpected phone call, the hard conversation, the financial emergency, the family crisis, the health scare. Chaos will come. Not if, when. And when it comes, you will either stay calm or you will fall apart. Those are the only two options. Here's the hard truth. You are not ready, not because you're weak, because you haven't trained. You've spent your life avoiding chaos, and now you're surprised that you crumble when it arrives. That's not a character flaw. That's a training deficit that the operator trains for chaos. Not because he wants it. Because he knows it's coming, he practices staying calm when things go wrong. He practices operating when the plan falls apart. He practices thinking clearly when his body is screaming. He trains in the conditions he'll face. And you? You train in perfect conditions. In the gym. In your living room. With no stakes. With no pressure. And then you wonder why you fall apart when the stakes are real. Stop training for perfect conditions. Start training for chaos. Here's how you train your nervous system to stay calm while everything around you. Collapses. 1. Practice tactical breathing daily. 4 seconds in. 4 seconds hold. 4 seconds out. 4 seconds hold. Not when you're stressed. When you're calm. 5 minutes a day. Every day. You are building a neural pathway. A tool. A weapon. When chaos comes. You will already know how. To create controlled chaos in training. You need a chaos lab. A place where you can safely trigger your stress response and practice staying calm. Here are your options. Physical chaos, hard workouts, cold exposure, heat exposure. Push your body to its limits. Cognitive chaos, time tests, complex tasks under time pressure, public speaking. Environmental chaos, loud noises, unpredictable stimuli, disorienting conditions. During these chaos sessions, practice your tactical breathing. Practice staying calm. Practice keeping your prefrontal cortex online. Start small. Build gradually. 3. Train your skills under chaos. Whatever your craft, practice it when things are going wrong. Add a timer. Add distractions. Add consequences. If you're a public speaker, practice with someone trying to distract you. If you're an athlete, practice when you're exhausted. If you're a businessman, practice your pitch. When you're stressed, don't just practice the skill. Practice the skill under chaos. 4. Use sensory anchors. Choose a physical anchor, your breath, your posture, a word, a touch. In training, when you're calm. Pair the anchor with calm. Touch your chest gives calm.say. Still gives calm. Feel your feet on the ground gives calm. Over time, the anchor becomes a trigger for calm. When chaos hits, activate your anchor. Your nervous system will follow. 5. Reframe chaos. Stop telling yourself everything is falling apart. Start telling yourself, this is chaos. I've trained for chaos. I stay calm in chaos. This is where I operate. The same situation. Different interpretation. Different outcome. 6. Review your chaos performance. After any stressful event, ask yourself, what was my heart rate? Estimate, did I stay calm? Where did I lose it? What triggered my panic response? What would I do differently next time? Debrief yourself like an operator debriefs a mission. You now understand what most people never will. Peace is not the absence of chaos. Peace is the presence of stillness within chaos. The world will collapse around you. Not maybe. Not if, when plans will fail. People will disappoint. Emergencies will arrive. The unexpected will become expected, and you will have a choice. Fall apart, like everyone else, or stay still, like an operator. Not because you're not scared. Because you've trained. Not because chaos doesn't affect you. Because you've learned to operate inside it. The stillness is not outside you. The stillness is inside you. And you can access it anytime, anywhere, under any condition, because you've trained your nervous system to stay calm while the world burns. That's not a personality. That's a product of training. And training is available to anyone willing to do the work. Eyes on target. Discipline forever.